You can start your opening meditation laying down or sitting down any way you'd like. If you choose to lay down on your back, soften your knees. You can place a pillow or a towel underneath your knees, or you can let your legs go as straight as possible and your feet naturally turn out. If you're choosing to sit up with me, we can sit literally any way you'd like. You can even do this in a chair, sitting on a chair. I'm gonna come into Sukhasana. My hips feel a little tight. I'm gonna grab my blanket. So if anybody feels that way, like they're a little tight in their hips, grab your towel, your blanket, or your block, place it underneath your glutes, and that's gonna help you open up your hips, and it's gonna help you feel taller. And your whole body will be able to expand more, and you'll be able to breathe fuller, okay? Now, if you're laying down, adjust your shoulders into a comfortable place. If you're sitting down, let's sit up as tall as possible, and also adjust your shoulders back into place. And welcome yourself here. Try closing your eyes, or they say to stare off the tip of your nose into almost a nothingness. Coming into your opening meditation. First, realize and draw attention to what's around you. What's happening? What's happening outside of your room, outside of your space? Can you hear cars driving by? Can you hear wind blowing? Then draw your attention to the stuff that's happening inside the room, the air in the room. Maybe your AC turned on. Maybe you can hear your refrigerator. Now let's start to draw our attention to our mat. How does your body feel against the mat? As you breathe, allow yourself to sink deeper into your mat. Your hips relax. With your exhales, your shoulders relax. Draw your attention deeper into you. Inhaling in through your nose. Feeling your breath as it passes through the back of your nostrils, down your throat, into your chest. Your chest lifts, your ribs lift, your belly fills. And as you exhale, let your belly relax, your chest lowers, your ribs lower. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Come deeper into your breath, forgetting about all the other stuff. Our work, our responsibilities, the narrative that our mind plays. Allow all of those thoughts to release and roll over to the side. They're like clouds passing by, and the thoughts will come in throughout this whole hour, but let them pass like clouds without attaching emotion onto them or without letting those thoughts go into another thought and another thought. Just acknowledge and then let them pass. Acknowledge, let them pass. Come back to your breath. It's not so much of a clearing of the mind, but just creating space to be. And we do that by focusing on our breath. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, exhale. To take your breath one step deeper, you'd come into Ujjayi, which is in through your nose, out of your nose, adding a tightness of your throat on your exhalation. When you tighten your throat, you'll make a nice humming sound in the back of your throat. Sounds like a distant ocean wave. That humming will bring your focus back to you, inward. It will also help you build heat. When we build heat, we can get into our stretches deeper and safer. Whether you are laying down or sitting up, let's reach our hands out in front of our shoulders and then way over our head. Inhale. Exhale, let your hands reach out in front of your shoulders and come back to where they started, down towards your hips or towards your knees. Let's do that again. Extend through the arms, through the fingertips. Hands come out in front of your shoulders. Sweep over your head. Exhale, hands pass in front of your body, in front of the shoulder joint, all the way down towards your hips. Inhale again, sweep up and out. And we're going to do this one a little differently. As you exhale, allow your palms to turn down and go out to the side, back towards your hips. Kind of like a snow angel shape. And now let's turn the palms up. Inhale, sweep up over our heads. Palms turn in, shoulders stay down. Exhale, turn the palms the other direction and let your hands come back towards your hips. Inhale, big sweep. Reach up. Exhale, big release. Press down. One more. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, press down and relax. Allow your palms to turn open towards the sky. Allow your eyes to close again. Feel the change you've already created in your body and in your mind. Yoga is any restraint of the mind stuff. Releasing the mind stuff. Letting go. Come back to your breath. Let's take our chin over towards our right shoulder, stretching the left side of our neck. Inhale. Exhale, chin comes to center. Inhale, let your chin go over to the left. And chin comes to center. If you are on a prop, let's release our prop over to this side. Let's meet everyone that is laying down and come into supine, which means on our backs. Find your way on your supine. Bend your knees. Let your hands relax down by the side of your body. Take your feet wide. Let's go as wide as our mat almost. Inhale as your knees come to center. As you exhale, let your knees drape way over to the right. Inhale as your knees come to center. Exhale, drape your knees over to the left. Inhale, knees come to center. Exhale, drape to the right. Inhale, knees come to center. Exhale, drape to the left. Inhale, knees come to center. And bring your knees in towards your heart center, towards your chest. Let your knees open up, feet open apart. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your knees back to midline. Heels might touch. Inhale, let your knees open, feet part. Exhale, bring your knees together. Feet might touch. Bring your knees towards your chest. You can hold on around the thighs. And as you exhale, keep your knees together, but let your knees go arms distance away. They kind of drift away from your fingertips. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, pull the knees in towards your heart. Inhale, knees go arms distance away, maybe a little farther away from the fingertips. And exhale, pull in. One more. Inhale, knees go arms distance away. Exhale, pull your knees in towards your heart. Awesome. Let's release your feet down. Bring your right knee into your chest. Hold on around the thigh. You can use a yoga strap or a belt or a rope strap. You're at home. Get creative with your props. Extend your right leg up to the sky. At the very top, flex the foot. Peel the toes back. Take an inhale. Exhale, point and bend. Come back in towards your heart. Reach the right leg out towards the sky at the very top. Let's flex the foot again. Peel your toes back. Take an inhale. Exhale, point and bend. Squeeze the knee in. Good. Reach the right leg up. Flex the foot. Hold the flex on the foot. You can stay here. This is a nice place to be. Or let's climb our tree. Walk your hands up your right calf and draw your head towards your right shin as you draw your shin towards your head. You only have one head. One more breath here. Exhale, release your shoulders, neck, and head. Bend your right knee. Let your right foot come to the ground. Bring your left knee in towards your heart. Extend the left leg. At the top, flex the foot, peel the toes back. Inhale. Exhale, point the toe, bend the knee. Reach back up. At the very top, flex the foot, open up. And point the toe, bend the knee. There is 29 bones in one foot, over 200,000 nerve endings. Reach the leg up, flex the foot, and point the toe, bend the knee. I really believe in having healthy feet makes a healthy person. Let's reach the leg up, flex the foot, and hold here. If you have any shoulder injuries or neck injuries, you can stay down in the upper body. Otherwise, we're going to climb the tree. We're going to draw ourselves towards your left shin. As you draw your left shin towards you, take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly release your shoulders, your neck, your head. Release your left knee down. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Toes slightly turn out, heels slightly turn in. This is a variation of bridge in sumo pose. Let's bring our hands down by the side of your body. Inch your fingers towards the front of your mat. Press your palms down, press your shoulders back. Make sure there's nothing underneath your head and gaze up to the sky. Feel this opening through your clavicles. You want to restore your body to its natural posture. As we get older, we start to round in the upper body through the shoulders. I want you to press those shoulders back. Find your length through the top of your head. Take an inhale. As you exhale, slowly squeeze your glutes and posterior tilt your hips. But don't leave the mat. Just find that tilt. And inhale, slowly release back to a neutral spine. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly tuck the pelvis, but don't leave the mat. Just squeeze your glutes and then release back into neutral. Do about 4 of these to your own breath. These are called pelvic rocks. And they're really good. You should do them every day. Sometimes I do them before I get out of bed. Working through your posterior and then your neutral spine. A couple more to your own breath before we find the big bridge. We're telling our body that we're about to do some spine articulation. Now let's squeeze our glutes, tuck our pelvis, slowly roll up by pressing to our heels. We're going to turn on our hamstrings. Do not look left to right. Keep on pressing your arms down. Lift up higher. Take an inhale at the top. As you exhale, slowly bring down just the shoulders. Then work into your middle back, your thoracic spine. Keep on squeezing your glutes. And at the very bottom, your tailbone releases back into neutral. Take an inhale at the bottom. As you exhale, tuck your pelvis, squeeze your glutes, roll up to the sky. A big lift. And in sumo bridge, your knees can open up. the same direction as your toes. Lift up higher, press deeper through the heels. As you exhale, shoulders come down, then your middle of your back, 10th, 11th, 12th rib, the floating rib, then your sacrum comes down, then the hips release back to neutral. Now let's layer on the arms. Take an inhale at the bottom. Exhale, tuck your pelvis, squeeze your glutes, reach your hands behind you, press deep through your heels, extend through your fingertips, lift up as high as you like. As you exhale, let's draw a line down the ceiling and slowly release. All the way down, moving like a wave through your body. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, tuck your pelvis, squeeze your glutes, reach your hands up, press deep through your heels, reach behind you. Exhale, hands, draw a line down the ceiling. Roll your vertebrae down and relax into your mat. Let's bring our knees into our chest, massage your lower back. You can do circles or rocks. The higher your knees are, the deeper your twist. Take your arms either into cactus or T shape on the ground. Inhale. As you exhale, let your knees go way over to the right, gaze goes to the left. You can actually look whatever way feels best on your neck. Now, option to extend your left leg, reach for your left leg in your right hand, but stay in the twist. If you've lost your breath, chances are that you've started thinking about something. Try to come back to your breath. Don't think about the stuff. You have plenty of time later to go back to the stuff. And 3 minutes of meditation is more beneficial than 8 hours of sleep. So it's going to be so good for you to really bring your mind back to you or out of the stuff, right? And give your mind a break. Now, release your hold on your feet, bring your knees into your chest, massage your lower back, do your circles or rocks, come back to your breath. Good, arms come out into a T or cactus, whatever feels better for you. Inhale. As you exhale, big twist over to your left. Gaze goes to the right or whatever way you'd like. An option to extend your right leg into your left hand. 2 to 3 full breaths. As you do more yoga, you become a detective of your body. You really learn what you need as opposed to what you want or what your neighbor needs or even what I need. So listen to your body. I'm going to give a lot of different options, but really you are your own teacher. I'm just your guide. You are a student of your breath. You are a student of your body and a student of your practice. Now release your hold of your foot. If you're holding it, bring your knees in and massage your back again. Extend both your legs up to the sky, flex your feet, peel back your toes, opening up the toes like little fans. Now hold the flexed feet, let your feet go way out to this side. Option to take your hands on the outer thighs or inner thighs if that helps you. Once you're in your straddle, try pointing your toes and then squeezing back to up to the sky to your 90 degrees. At the top, flex your feet, inhale, open. Point your toes, exhale, squeeze. Flex your feet, inhale, open. Point your toes, exhale, squeeze. Flex your feet, inhale, open. Point your toes, exhale, squeeze. Hold here. Point your toes, inhale, open. Flex your feet, exhale, squeezed. Close. Point. Inhale, open, flex, Exhale, squeeze. Last one. Point. Inhale, open. Flex. Exhale, squeeze, close, and stay right here. Try holding the flex. This is an inversion. We're upside down. You're creating the same euphoric effects as you get with headstand and shoulder stand, and this is really good if you have inflammation in the lower part of the body, in your toes, your ankles, knees, right? Any hip thing, knee or thigh thing, I suggest you do this, and you can do it against a wall. It's a really nice pose, okay? A couple full breaths here. One more breath. Exhale, soften your feet, bend your knees, bring your knees into your chest. Let's round our spine into a little ball. See if you can reach for your shins. Keep your knees together. Draw your head towards your knees. Option to keep the knees together and reach for the outer edges of your feet. One more breath here. Exhale, release your shoulders, neck, and head. Bring your feet down. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Hands can go where you'd like. I'm going to place my hands over my head. And do your windshield wipers. Go to the left, go to the right. If you have a shoulder injury, your hands should not go over your head. They should be somewhere down or out to the side, but you don't want to bring them over. 2, 2, 1, and 1. Now you can either roll around to one side and push yourself up into seating, or you can hold around your thighs, gain momentum by letting your feet come towards your head and rocking forward. Let's try about 4 rocks. If you're not rocking, just push yourself up. But if you're rocking with me, let these rocks be part of your spinal massage. Have fun with them. Last rock here. Come all the way up into seated. And let's try our Sukhasana, which is just your Sanskrit word for crisscross applesauce. Inhale, sweep your hands up to the sky. As you exhale, bring your right hand down. Right palm turns towards the ground, and then reach your left hand over to the right. Start to bend your right elbow, but keep the left hip down. As we exhale, let's fold towards our right knee. Reach your left hand out in front of you. Your left hand goes over to the left and reach the right hand up and over, opening up the right ribs. Option to bend your left elbow. Inhale. Exhale, let's do that big around the world shape. And then reach up and over. Now you're gonna do a few of these on each side to your own breath. Feel your flow. Maybe you're moving slower than me. Maybe a little faster. Wherever you are is perfect. Take your time. Getting your lateral stretch in through your hips, your ribs, your serratus, and opening up all those little intercostal muscles in your abs and ribs. And you're also massaging through your back. One more each side. Go ahead, take your time wrapping up your last one. Let's pull ourselves up. Bring your shoulders on top of your hips, palms turn in. Inhale. Exhale, cactus arms. Bend your elbows out to the side. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze your elbows together. Inhale, open up, cactus. Exhale, squeeze closed. Inhale, open up, cactus. Exhale, reach up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Three breaths here. You can place a pillow underneath your hands, or you could use your yoga blocks, or you can take your hands on your chin like you're doing picture time. Slide your hands back, rolling your shoulders back on top of your hips. Let's switch our shins. Bring the other shin in front. Again, you don't have to sit like this. You can sit any way you'd like. You can even sit in a chair. Okay. Let's pull our heart over towards our right knee. Inhale, over to the left knee, and as you exhale, round out through your spine. Inhale, belly and heart, pull forward, over towards the left, and as you exhale, round and push out. And your shoulders start to get in the mix as well. And you don't have to go very low. You can stay higher, but if it feels right, you can go really low. But if you have a low back injury, maybe you stay high and you do tiny circles. One more this direction. And let's come all the way back to center. Inhale. And go over to the left knee, right knee. Exhale, round. Inhale, left. Right. Exhale, round. You're kind of undulating through your spine, through cat, through cow, through a little side stretch here, getting to the shoulders. And let your head just kind of relax, your neck just go with the flow. One more heart circle. Let's come all the way up. Inhale, sweep up, palms turn in, shoulders always stay down. And as we exhale, take your hands behind you. Press your pinkies back. If you'd like, interlace your fingers, squeezing your palms together. If you have a shoulder injury, we gotta stay apart, or you could use a yoga strap if you're tight. Inhale, lifting your heart up towards the sky. As you exhale, straighten your spine, your gaze goes forward. Take another deep breath here. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Your ribs come down, then your heart, then your head is the last to go. Then bring your hands up. Good. Roll your spine back onto itself. Shoulders roll and stack on top of the hips. Release your fingers, release your hands. Take your hands up to the sky, palms turn in, shoulders stay down. Exhale, cactus arms. Bend your elbows out to the side, 90 degrees. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze your elbows in together. All right, inhale, open up, cactus. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, close the cactus. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, reach up to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. 3 full breaths. Slide your hands back. Roll your shoulders back on top of your hips. Extend your legs out in front of you. Inhale, sweep up to the sky, palms turn in, shoulders stay down. Exhale, fold towards your toes. Inhale, place your hands on your shins, retract your shoulders, come halfway up as you look forward. Exhale, fold deeper towards your toes. Inhale, bring the soles of your feet together, knees go out, cobbler's pose or Buddha Konasana. Inhale, lift your heart between your biceps. Exhale, fold, belly, heart, and then head come down. Lift on up. Let's bend our knees over to the side. Reach over towards your right and come onto your hands and knees. Good. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. To be specific, your fingers should be spread And your pointer finger should be parallel with your mat's edge and the other pointer finger. That's the one that gauges if you're straight, okay? And then the eye of your elbow should externally rotate forward so you can press your shoulders back into their sockets and gain length through the top of your head. Your knees should be just about 2 fist distance apart, the space of your anterior superior iliac spine. And if you look back, you shouldn't be able to see your feet. Hide your feet behind your knees so you cannot see them. For those of you that want a little cushion, grab your towel or your blanket, place it under your knees right away. Inhale, let your belly drape down towards the ground. Begin to open your heart, make your clavicles smile. And as you exhale, round your spine, tuck your pelvis, let your head drop towards your ground, push your shins and your feet and your hands. Inhale, belly comes down, heart goes forward, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And exhale, huge round. Do a few of these to your own breath. These are your cats and your cows. It is cow when our belly's draping down. It's also known as a huge anterior tilt through your spine. As you move, you'll move through neutral, your natural spine, and then as you tuck, it's a posterior tilt of the pelvis, and it's also your cat, like you're arching like a cat. Now move through neutral, come into that interior tilt, and then move through neutral, come into the posterior tilt. And I'm going to try to teach you in a way so that you can do this practice without me, without an instructor, even though that I love that you're here and you're keeping me sane. I really, really want you to know your body and know why we're doing what we're doing. So right here, we're finding articulation and we're really working on building heat. Find your breath again. Exhale as you find your cat pose. Push your mat away from you. Inhale as you breathe in, healing light. Exhale as you blow out all that stuff you don't need. One more deep inhale into a cow pose. As we exhale, let's take our knees as wide as the mat. Big toes come towards each other. Begin to tuck your pelvis, push back through your hands, and bring your hips down towards your heels. And my hip adjusted. That's normal for me. Let your hands slide out as you bring your forehead down to the mat. Now, child's pose means that your body is relaxed, but your arms are still engaged. Well, extended child's pose, that's what that means. Your arms are engaged so much that the forearm is lifted and your elbow is off the ground. So keep on pressing into your hands, really ground through every knuckle. Now let's turn our right ear towards the floor. Take your left hand up and behind your back. Maybe your left fingertips can tuck into the top of your right thigh. Not for me, but maybe one of you. You're stretching through the right side of your neck, also through your left pec major. Good, release your left hand. Let's begin to bring our left ear towards the floor and stretch the left side of our neck. Bring your right hand up and over, and then your right fingertips can touch the top of your left thigh maybe. And now let's release. Come into full child's pose. Bring your head towards the ground and your hands come by the side of you. The backs of your hands just relax and your shoulders are restorative. They fall wherever they want. Come into extended child's pose. If you ever need to take a break in any class, you can come into any child's pose you'd like and stay there for as long as you like. That's your home pose. Shift your shoulders on top of your hands by pressing forward from your knees. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Now let's slide our right knee forward. Let's give it a try. Maybe you only go halfway. Maybe you're like, that's enough for me. but maybe you can bring your right knee all the way in between your hands and then slide back the left knee. You're on your right shin on this thin little line. I want you to feel this opening through your psoas, your left psoas, and the psoas connects from the top of the thigh. It goes through the hip into your abdominal wall. It gets really, really tight when you do almost anything. When you are too active or not active enough, those hips turn on, right? Whether you sit in a chair a lot or you do a lot of squats or riding bike. Now let's come into resting iguana, bringing your hands down, bend your elbows. Head goes down towards the floor. Good. Let's come onto our hands, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift your heart. Slide your right knee back. Bring your left knee forward. And maybe you go halfway. Wherever you are is perfect. Slide your left knee forward. And if you have sensitive wrists, you can always grab to the blocks, or maybe you have a chair in front of you. Okay. And now let's come down, resting iguana, as you open up through your right hip and the right psoas. A lot of people will call it the hip flexor. They'll say, oh, my hip flexor is really tight. A lot of the times it is your psoas that's really tight. Okay, breathe through that space. Come onto your hands, and if it feels okay in your back, I want you to open up through your heart. Breathe there through the psoas, one breath. And as we exhale, slide your left knee back. All right, let's take your knees as wide as your mat. Big toes come towards each other. Round your spine. Push your hips down towards your heels. Take your hands to Anjali Mudra. That's your prayer hands. Take your elbows and walk them forward. Now take your hands behind your head, and we're going to open up through our triceps. Let's reach your hands out. Separate your hands so they're not touching. They're coming out in front of your shoulders. Press into your palms so much that the elbows and forearms lift. Shift your shoulders on top of your hands. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Find your tabletop. I'm going to do this facing you because I really want you to learn it if we go through it. I rarely teach your chaturangas because so many people have shoulder injuries, and this is a gentle yoga class, but if we do a baby chaturanga, I want us to really know where we're going. So spread your fingers. Point your finger is parallel with your match edge, and the other point your finger. Now let's try just turning the eye of the elbow facing the other elbow, and then turn it out. Turn it in, turn it out. Turn it in, turn it out, without moving your hands, okay? All right, so you want to know what that looks like. Okay, it looks a little weird on me. I'm trying not to judge. Don't judge. Don't judge yourself, right? Okay, now push the eye of the elbow forward and press your shoulders back. Now shift your hips slightly forward, bringing your shoulders past your hands 7 inches, and then come back into your tabletop. Shift forward, engage your core, press your shoulders away from your ears, and then come back. The eye of the elbow is forward, and come back. Now shift forward, bend your elbows by the side of your body. Chest and abs should touch at the same time. Come all the way down. If you take a peek over at the side of your body and you look at your hands should have landed underneath your elbows. That's how much we shifted forward. Press your feet down so much that your kneecaps lift and firm off the mat. Squeeze the elbows back. Lift your heart away from the ground. Press your feet down. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly come down towards the mat, releasing your whole body. Now inhale, press into your hands and knees. Exhale, extended child's pose, down and back. Release your forehead down to the mat. Now round your spine, press through your knees, come into tabletop. Eye of the elbow forward. Shift your shoulders past your hands 7 inches, chin off of the chest. Bend your elbows by the side of your body. Chest and abs touch at the same time. Uncurl the toes. Squeeze the elbows back. Lift your heart. Press your feet down. Exhale, release. Inhale, straighten your arms, press onto your knees. And then extended child's pose, push down and back. Round up and then drop into your neutral spine into tabletop. Shift forward so your shoulders past your hands 7 inches. Bend your elbows by the side of your body. Come all the way down. Inhale, low cobra. Hold here. Find your strongest low cobra. Lift your heart higher. Now, without moving your shoulders, let's float your hands off the ground. Reach your arms out. Point and lift your toes. Shalabhasana. 3 breaths here. One more inhale, lift up higher. As you exhale, let's slowly release your whole body. Take your hands by the side of your body. Turn into your right face, cheek. Turn onto your left side of your face. Come onto your forehead. Take your hands underneath your elbows by your floating ribs. Find your alignment. Inhale, and as you exhale, press your arms straight, and then push your hips down and back, extended child's pose. Slide your hands back, coming onto your heels, hero's pose. Undulate through your spine, working through your cat, your cow, your anterior tilt, and your posterior tilt again. So I'm just rounding the spine and then coming through neutral, and let me belly go forward and tailbone out. Let's do 3 of those. 3, 2, and 1. Reach your hands out in front of you. Press into your palms, extended child's pose. Inhale, shift forward, coming into tabletop. Curl your toes under. Let's lift your knees 1 inch away from the ground. Exhale, push your hips up and back. Try to find an upside down V shape. This is your downward facing dog. If you're tight in your hamstrings, you can go as wide as your mat with your feet. Now let's lift your heels, bend your right knee, draw the left heel towards the ground. Lift your heels, bend your left knee, draw the right heel towards the ground. Do a few of these, take your head left to right, right to left. If you are not supposed to be upside down, you can do some stretches standing, okay? A lot of us aren't supposed to be upside down. Low blood pressure, glaucoma, issues, maybe vertigo. There is some place to work for everyone. All right, now let's step your feet slowly to meet your hands. Find your forward fold. Soften your knees. Hinge deeper through your hips. Let your head be heavy. Relax. Place your hands on your shins. Lift your heart. Squeeze between your shoulder blades like you did in your cobra. As you exhale, fold deeper towards your toes. Again, inhale, hands on your shins, come up halfway. Exhale, fold deeper towards your toes. Inhale, let's come up into a flat back first. Arms go out to the side and then press into your heels. Come all the way up into standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Look at your feet. The space between your feet should be 2 fist distance apart. And I stepped back. I'm hiding with the trees so you can see my whole body. Let's bend your knees. Bend your knees, but now peek at your toes. Make sure that your knees do not pass your toes, okay? Your knees right on top of the ankles. Push your hips down and back. Now sweep your hands out in front of you. find your chair pose. Pull your stomach away from your thighs. Shift your weight deeper into your shins, deeper into your heels. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your toes. Inhale, hands on your shins, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms go out, push into your heels, come into standing, extended mounted pose. Stay right here. Retract your shoulders, lift your frontal hip bones, suck in from the inner arches of your feet. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, chair pose, sit into your heels, bend your knees, reach your hands out, retract the shoulders. The space between your feet and your knees should remain the same. Let's take a deep breath in and full release out. Inhale, hands on your shins, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, extended mountain pose, Utthita Hasana into Tadasana. Exhale, hands to Anjali Mudra. Inhale, chair pose, Uttanasana. Reach out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands on your shins, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Come on to sitting onto your mat. Good. Bring your right knee in front of you. Bring your left leg out to this side. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, turn towards the right. Fold towards your right. Slide your hands back, sweep up. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your right shin forward. Slide your hands back. Take your left hand down your left shin. Reach your right hand out towards the right and then let your right hand come up to the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, reach your right hand towards your left. Inhale, let's come up. Bring both your hands up, turn towards your left. Now fold, find the flexion through your spine towards your left shin. Roll back up. Extend both your legs out in front of you. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on your shins. Come halfway up. Exhale, fold deeper forward. Inhale, let's come up. Bend your left knee. Bring your left shin in front of you. Left knee slightly out to the left. Now open up your right hip. Take that right leg way out to the right. Sweep up. Palms turn in, shoulders stay down. Turn towards your left. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, huge release out and down. Slide your hands back, roll your spine back up, then sweep up, palms turn in, shoulders stay down. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. And slide your hands back. Take your right hand down your right shin, reach your left hand out to the left. Begin to reach your left hand up to the sky as you inhale. And then on the exhale, find your side stretch, the lateral stretch, no rounding towards the right shin. We're gonna wait for that pose. Inhale, now let's pull up, both hands come up, palms turn in, turn way to the right, and now we get to fold towards that right shin. I know we've been waiting for this one. Slide your hands back. Reach both your legs out to the side, okay? If you're feeling tight, we can soften the knees, or your hands can just be up behind you, propping you up. That can be enough. All right? Just staying right here, that can be a really, really tough place to work and find. But if you can, bring the hands out in front of you. Inhale, flex your feet, have the toes going up towards the sky. They're not leaning in, they're not leaning out, they're straight up. As you exhale, walk your hands forward a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, maybe soften the elbows and walk your hands forward a little bit. Inhale again. Exhale, fold deeper. Now, wherever your pose is, 4 deep breaths. Slide your hands back. Hold onto your inner thighs and slide your heels in. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees go out. Hold on around your ankles. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold forward. Lift your heart. Bring your knees together. Hold around your thighs. Take your right fingertips onto your belly button, onto your navel, and suck your belly button away from your fingertips. Engage your core. Now take your pointer finger and thumb of your left hand and pinch your rectus abdominals together, the 2-pack at the top. Squeeze it together. Now take your right hand on your heart, lift your heart. Now this is your boat pose. Hands back around your thighs. It's a pulling in of the navel, a squeezing of the rectus abdominals, a pinching, and then an opening and an expansion of the clavicles and the heart. Now maybe lift your feet without losing what we just did. Now maybe extend your legs. Maybe reach the hands out. Find your boat pose. 3 breaths. Wherever you are is perfect. Maybe you're with your feet down. That's okay. Now try hinging forward, letting your legs land like little clouds. Bring your hands up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, fold towards your shins. Inhale, hands on your shins. Retract the shoulders, come up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands in front of your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your pelvis. Begin to roll really slowly. Use your hands if you need to, but if not, really slowly all the way down into our mat. Bend your knees. Hands go where you like, windshield wipers. Stop your windshield wipers. Happy baby. Right foot into your right hand, left foot into your left hand, peeling your knees to the outside of your armpits. You can also hold around the thighs. You can hold around the calves. And you can rock. Heels spiked right on top of the knees. Bring your feet out of your hands, bring your feet down. Let's take our Jaeger alignment. Feet 2 fist distance apart, even though we can't see our feet, try to visualize that in your mind's eye. Your knees should be right in front of your hip bones. Knees over the heels. Try to stack your joints. Hands come down, press your palms down, inhale. As you exhale, begin to squeeze your glutes, posterior tilt, look up to the sky, lift your hips. Option to walk the shoulders underneath you and interlace your fingers. Squeezing even the palms together is also an option. Very, very important not to move your cervical spine when we're lifting through the thoracic spine. So don't look around, please. One more inhale. As you exhale, release your hands. Roll one vertebrae down at a time. At the very bottom, your tailbone releases back to neutral. Bring your knees into your chest. Massage. Take your arms out into a T or cactus. Inhale. Exhale, knees go to the right. Gaze goes to the left. Bring your knees. Inhale. Exhale, knees to the left. Gaze goes to the right. Unravel your legs. Do anything big or small that you'd like to do before finding Shavasana. If you're ready for Shavasana, relax into your mat. Lay any way you'd like. You can come into your Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of your feet together, knees go out. You can come into hammocks pose with your feet wide and your knees leaning against each other. This one's really good for tailbone sensitivity. You can come into traditional Shavasana, letting your feet naturally turn out and letting your legs be mostly straight. I like to grab my blanket or towel and roll it up in a little tube and place this. It's kind of like a made bolster. I like to place that underneath my knees for hamstring support. Just find your most comfortable pose. Close your eyes. Allow your breath to return back to its normal pace and rate. Allow every piece of you to melt into the mat. And this is it. Begin to move your toes and your fingers. Reach your right arm back and roll over onto your right side, using your arm to rest your head against. Bend your knees, let your free hand go wherever you'd like it to. Try keeping your eyes closed as you push yourself into a seated position. Inhale it, sweep up to the sky. Exhale, bring your knuckles together, palms together, hands down to your heart, sealing your practice back into you. Let's take one more closing grateful breath together. Thank you. Have a great day. Namaste.